Okay, wow. Alright, not as smooth as before, but I am getting there. So let me start off by saying, hey guys, welcome to another, let's stream of Final Fantasy XIV Online Adventures in Sirius. And last episode, we united Biggs and Wedge with Sid, and it was a very touching reunion. It was pretty awesome, honestly. So right now, I'm gonna stand my happy ass up. We're gonna continue on with the Realm Reborn storyline to potentially rescue the rest of the group, the rest of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Also, for those who don't know, Biggs and Wedge are like characters that are just like reoccurring, like Sid in the Final Fantasy series. Little small tidbit. Sid wants to prepare a strategy to rescue Mephilia and the other Scions. Finally. Thank you, Biggs and Wedge. Thank you. Thanks to you, Biggs and Wedge are with us again. Now we must find a way to rescue Mephilia and the others. Gods know we've kept them waiting too long already. Based on what we've learned, I believe it's safe to say that they're being held at Castrum Sentry. So let us convene at Reverend Toll in Mordora. Mordana. I want to say that's Mordana. Tis as good a place as any to prepare, and better than most. The road leads east, then south. The road leading east and south will get you there. There we go. When we arrive, let us seek the advice of the local adventurers. We are bound to learn a thing or two that will benefit our mission. Okay. Okay. Let's ride. I think, what did I do yesterday when I was not streaming? I want to say that I was kind of leveling up and doing some research. Like, I realized that me being a Dark Knight, I need to get past this entire storyline and get to like the next quote unquote area. I also realized that there's something else I realized. Anyway, I got like 800,000 experience points, so that's definitely on the plus side there. And this, oh no, that really isn't the person this time. There are sometimes I come across somebody, I'm like, oh, you must be an adventurer. And it's like, oh no, I am not. And I'm like, oh, looking kind of fancy to not be an adventurer. So I guess I'm just asking this random person. I have no idea who the guy is. No idea. Well met, friend. What brings you to Reverend Toll? Yada yada blah blah. Did I hear you rightly? Your friends are being held captive at Castrum Sentry, and you want to rescue them? I don't mean to discourage you, but that might prove difficult. The stronghold has been in high alert of late, with armor patrols seen about the perimeter around the clock. Not even a fly could get within 100 yards of the walls undetected. If the Garleans are If the Garleans were alerted to our coming, we cannot know what they will do to Mephilia and the others. We must act with the greatest stealth. Aye, it has to be good old-fashioned infiltration. But with security so tight, How are we going to smuggle ourselves in? Why? Why? I have in mind to walk through the front door. The front door. Aye, we'll disguise ourselves as Imperial troops and march right in. For this, we will need a few sets of Imperial uniforms, a suit of Magatech armor, and impeccable timing. That's a bold strategy, but it just might work. Where we are, there's certainly no shortage of opportunity to borrow the equipment. Knowing those Imperial bastards, they won't even suspect that we savage Erosians will think to use the technology. Then it's settled. If you're determined to go ahead with this, I recommend you speak with Glumont. The fellow's got a personal grudge against the Empire. So do I. So do most of us here, and happens to know a deal about the Custom Sentry. Besides, I have no doubt that he'd want to be of aid. Yida and I shall go to reconnoiter Galarian activity. So, like recon. Galarian activity at the stronghold. It would not do if something were to befall our comrades before we had a chance to act. Come and join us when you're ready, Sirius. Let's do this. Sometimes I wonder, Yada, are there even times when you're not enthused? I'm nothing if not enthused. Why? And you're beginning to remind me of Papa. So this is the guy over here who happens to have a grudge with the Empire. So me and you might have a few things in common. Looking for Glumont, are you? Well, you found him, whoever you are. Huh? You're looking to get inside Castrum Sentry and you need my help? Something tells me we're gonna get along just fine. Glamut. I'm just gonna say Glamut. That's close as I got. We'd like to aid you in your mission to rescue the captured Scions. So yeah, friends at Costume Sentry. What? Costume Sentry, what? Who want for rescue? See, that makes more sense than want for rescue. That Southborn knows me too well. Hey, you can count on my help. I got a score to settle with the Imperials, and I never pass on an opportunity to get back at the Horror Sons. But enough about me. Let's talk strategy. Rescuing folks from captivity, right delicious business. A single oversight. You're just a little blunder. Just a little blunder, and it's all over. I can't leave any room for uncertainty. Okay. For starters, you need to confirm beyond a shadow of a doubt that your friends are where you think they are. You don't want to risk your neck out to discover that they've been moved elsewhere. But how can you find out, you ask? By following these instructions. If you approach Sentry from the east, you'll see a swampland to your left called the Tangle. Get in there, never mind all the mobiles, and navigate your way to the southwestern corner. You'll come upon some drainage pipes coming down from the stronghold. Don't ask me how I know, but one of them leads back up to command tower. If you listen closely, might be as you can eavesdrop on some of the happenings within. Once we know for certain your friends are there, we'll move on to the next stage of the operation. Now get going, and Godspeed. Okay, that makes sense. Go there, make sure that they're there, and then the next step. The only thing is that it's gonna be quite a decent drive. This bike is the best thing that I ever acquired in this game. Screw swords, armor, and everything else. The bike, yeah, beautifully kicked ass. Oh, yeah, yesterday I also started Jacobo racing because I was just kind of curious what it was all about. Okay, I jumped the guard. Oh, the pipes he was talking about. You know what? I've been here a couple times. Haven't noticed these. Now, before I was rudely interrupted. The faint sound of conversation echoes down the pipe. What of the captive? Does she still refuse to speak? She may as well be deaf mute for all the information we've gotten out of her. Others aren't much better. The Elzian gets on my nerves most of all. Every time he opens his mouth, it's only to spout gibberish. I do wonder, why is the Tribunus so obsessed with this Mephilia woman? They say she possesses some kind of mystical power, something we Galenians don't have. Mystical power? Like the kind of beast men use? How am I supposed to bloody know? If you're so curious, why don't you ask the Tribunus yourself? As well try to tumble her. As well try to tumble her. Yeah, I read that right. Even though it doesn't make any sense when I read it out loud. I like my head where it is. Thank you very much. Our break is over. Best we get back to our stations. That is such a structural oversight. The footfalls grow fainter until all is silent. And how convenient that, like, when we get there, they're exactly talking about what we need to hear. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can run away. Hate that. Hate that if you get that. But I love my bug. A lot easier to get out. A lot easier. So we know that they're still there, and then they really haven't said anything. And as long as they don't say anything, they'll be useful, at least kept alive until, you know, they piss off the wrong person at the wrong time, or the right person at the wrong time. All depends. Hey, Alphonse. Dressing up as soldiers and sneaking in the front door, huh? Well, if we got the guts to go through with it, then so do. Then so do I. Oh boy, I've always wanted my own Reaper. I would wash her and wax her and name her and stealth and subterfuge? Yeah. Are how we will free our friends. I have every confidence you can play the part of an Imperial soldier. Kind of big for Imperial soldier. It's good to see you again, Sirius. I'm given to understand you have conducted some recon yourself. Tell me, what were you able to learn? So Mephilia and the others are indeed at Castrum Sentry. Their presence does confirm we may proceed with the mission. While you were afield, Sid took the liberty of devising a plan of action. Pray have the details for him. Good work, Sirius. As Alphonse has already told you, we plotted out a course for the rescue. The gist of it is unchanged. We disguise ourselves as Imperial soldiers and infiltrate the stronghold. Gluma is looking into ways to procure a suit of magic tech. In the meantime, I need your assistance for some preparation of my own. Mifuli and the others are counting on us, Sirius. Let's not keep them waiting any longer than necessary. I want more experience from you guys, just saying. I'm kind of getting up. Alright, so I'm level 57. This is a mission level 46. I'm slowly, closing the gap between my actual level and the missions I should be doing. Sid requires your assistance for his rescue preparations. While Gumont goes about devising his plan, we need to see to some preparations of our own. It wouldn't do if the Imperials were to discover that they're short in armor. To prevent this from happening, I'm going to put together a makeshift communication jamming device. The explanation is to get a bit technical, so bear with me. Imperial forces communicate at a distance via electromagnetic waves. Simply put, voices are born. It's not born, but it's not born. Sure. Born upon etheric electric energy that permits the air. Now, the hillside cluster of corrupted crystals to the west have been observed to amplify the self-same energy, but making use of this property, we should be able to drown out Imperial voices. To ensure that we have enough amplification, we must identify the most potent crystals among the cluster. For this, I need you to go there and use the device to take readings. I'll mark the likely place on your map. Oh, just so you know, plasmoids are drawn to lightning energy. Don't be surprised if you run into a few. I don't think they even bother me at this point. Not as cool. Are you a brand new different mission? Really wants you to practice the part of the Imperial troop. Clean the wax out of your ears now, because it's something I want you to do by way of preparation. The plan to have you enter Castrum's Sentry, all decked out in Imperial duds, but a disguise is more than just the clothes you wear. You also gotta act the part. At the very least, you need to know how to perform a convincing Imperial salute. For first impressions, everything, as they say. I could teach you to salute myself, of course, but it's best you learn it from the expert. So get yourself near as you dare to Castrum Sentry and watch the Imperials do what they do. For a second, I thought that person looked like a Tifa from a different distance, like a tiny Tifa, and I'm like, oh, that's creative. But nah, alas, I was wrong. Damn it. I wonder what my character feels like being in Imperial outfits and having to do Imperial salutes after seeing. For my character, at least in my own roleplay, is that he left his tribe for reasons, and in doing so, indirectly kind of initiated a Imperium takeover of said tribe. There we go. Prime location. Not even worried, sir. Not even worried. I didn't know you went away. hollow... I need to look into what hollow ground is. Yeah. The little electric shock that I get from you guys, not much worry. I'm looking at moves like, I get that he does. Renders you... Oh! I wonder if that means, like, nothing can hit me for, like, 10 whole seconds. That's so weird. Why do you keep doing that? Boop. I know that you probably don't hurt me, but this is kind of fun. Boop. Like pretending the floor is lava kind of thing. Alright. Oh, this one did not have anything attack me. So I guess for my character, it would kind of be like having an enemy, like somebody who like you fear and hate, and then having to impersonate them. All right, maybe I'm missing something because this. The primal cage is like here. Okay, no more floors, lava stuff. I have to go down. Alright, no, going down's not an option. Okay. Maybe up through here. Platforming, yay! There we go. So this crystal just kind of like erupted from the ground. Which from the looks of the damage, would be terrifying. Like if you're just like, oh, regular stuff, things should be fine here, guys. You can set up tent. You can rest here for a little bit, and then suddenly crystals from the ground pop. Sneaky. Haze means nothing if you're stunned. Legendary Visor? Huh. It actually went to my inventory? My inventory management leaves a lot to be desired. And I wonder how it sorts through things like alphabetical order. Nope, obviously not alphabetical order, and not by level. I also noticed that too. Maybe by level. Maybe by level. Oh, I'm not done. Just making sure my inventory and everything else I'm not too concerned about. If you do it more than once, it does. Okay, but it just reverses. Okay. Because it actually says undo sword. Okay. I'm about to say, like, I don't think I have any. I think I am literally wearing the strongest thing I have all of my things. But let's see what. Ooh, cutscene. Nothing to report, sir. We receive an anonymous warning that insurgents forces are nearby. We must redouble our vigilance. I shall recommend that patrol be increased. Damn. I don't know, I feel dirty. Imperial scum. I completely yucked that up. Like, so freaking cool. Be with you in a second. Is that a light sword? Not by you. I'm serious. That is a light sword. I was gonna give that a thumbs up, but she just straight up disappeared. Not even a teleportation. Just gone. So, did you manage to learn the Imperial salute? No. Best you don't demonstrate. I'm liable to fly into a rage and crack skulls. I know, me too. Oh, Sirius should be too as well. So I just realized I've been leaning so into it. My bad. Let me relax. Get back into it. I'll just take your word for it. You learned the Imperial salute. Good. What do you have for me? Sark? Malark? Your new name is Malark. It's your same name, but, like, you know, I'm only saying the second part. But this is actually kind of my character can't wear that, but I'm gonna give you pants, though. Wishes to help you acquire the disguise you need for your rescue mission. You are called Sirius Nemad, yes? I have heard of your plight from your friend Gumont. As a fellow adventurer and son of Erosia both, I would offer you my assistance. In order to infiltrate Castrum Sentry, you and your comrades must disguise yourself as Imperial soldiers. The question is how to go about acquiring the uniform and helm. There are places a man might purchase them, but individuals who deal in such wares are not the sort to whom you would entrust your secrets. It would be more prudent, I believe, to procure what you need via traditional means, from the bodies of their recently deceased owners. The fortified area before Castrum Sentry never lacked for Imperial patrols. It ought not to take long to obtain 3 sets of gear, one for each member of the infiltration team. Biggs, Wedge, and yourself. Wait, what? Just us? When you have what you need, please return here and allow me to inspect the spoils. Well, I'm definitely alerted. Yeah, the reading's excellent. Here, let me see the numbers. So let me accommodate this reading. Yep, I'm sorting it. Yes, 4 of these crystals should suit our purpose, though I pray that we won't have need for their power. My thanks, Sirius. Because I'm getting the outfits. Alright, so remember how I said before some characters look like fucking spiffy? Not a player, and not a named NPC, but they look spiffy. Very nicely attired. Like, I cannot select her, I can select her. Zoom out so you can see both of them. Yep, I can't select them, which is weird. Like, it's so weird to see an NPC that is not part of like a main story dressed so well. Oh, whoa, whoa. Can't reverend toll. Reverence toll. On the trick. Damn it. I call it the Sirius 180. I actually call it the Sirius 360, because that is a complete circle. I can kind of do both, right? Got 11 minutes. Ruda's on my shoulder, where she should be at all times. Oh. Sorry. I don't want to keep going so deep that, like, you know, whenever they respawn, I end up being, like, you know... Did you come all the way up from down there? You did, don't worry. Okay, maybe I'm a little bit worried. Got steel joints. Hey, you. Get some too. Sometimes it doesn't come out as fast as I want it to. So I will also realize if you're like 5 to 10 levels above something, they will literally try to be like, I don't want to mess with that, and like leave you alone. They won't even recognize you're there. Look, I don't have a gunblade. You all be sorry if I had a gunblade. Oh, you're throwing magic at me. I might have bitten up more than what I can chew here. It's a cluster mess, like a huge cluster mess right there. It's not rushing. Yep, okay. I was trying to avoid. You what? Fully hurt. Oh, okay. Well, it takes a little bit while for it to like update. Yeah, by the time I see what it is, it's like, oh, I missed out. I'm drunk. Ignore me. Running into trees. When? 45 minutes already? When? When did that happen? Time bloody flies. Hey you, Mr. Sirius. That's me. Were you able to obtain 3 sets of Imperial equipment? Here you go. And here you go. Damage, as I had suspected. In their present condition, I fear these uniforms and helms are like to draw suspicion. They must be repaired, if only superficially. Fortunately, the blacksmith Eganolf at the Diamond Forge in Rowinna's House of Splendor should be able to hammer them into shape in no time. I have already sent word ahead and have been assured that he is expecting you. Worry not. We have already impressed upon him the need of utmost secrecy as to the nature of your mission. Oh, well, aren't you fancy? A weaver? Well, you're one fancy looking weaver, man. Oh. You talked briefly before, sir. Hmm. So you, so you're the adventurer Marlark sent, are you? I've been waiting for you. Now let's see what you got for me. I see. Yes. I reckon I can hammer these back into shape for you. After all, I owe your friend Malark a favor or two. Took good care of old Eganolf back in the day before I fell in with the old Wiwana. He did. Wiwana? Did you know he's the son of one of the wealthiest families in the Sultanate? Wouldn't expect someone like that to end up in the life he did, but I suppose he always felt the adventurer's life calling him. But here I go blabbering on when there's work to be done. Just hold your horse birds for a moment or two, and the great Eganolf, sure, will have ye gear looking good as new. And here we have it. Wouldn't you, won't do you much good in battle, mind you, but from what I hear, that's not your priority anyway. Do send Malark my regards, will you? Sure thing. Thanks for the help. See? This person right here? You would think this person is a character. Guess what? A random NPC with no title. You can't select them. No, this girl. She had me running all over the place, just kind of get scraps and stuff. Now these two over here are real. My weapons are definitely higher class than anything else in the stores. But sometimes I like to see, because, who knows, I might be surprised. They used to sell stuff in item stores. See, I don't like these because they don't look cool. You got nothing else for me. Shh, stomach. You get your breakfast later. Have you had the uniform and helm repaired? Yep, look at these right here. Pop, pop. Yes, these will serve beautifully. The great Iganov never fails to impress. The quality of these repairs would fool even a Legatus. Legatus? Yeah, sure. Plus is cryptid. You should not have any trouble blending in among Imperial forces. Burping, gassy. At least you feel that the Garlenians might detect your foreignness. Foreigners, in fact, form the greatest part of the Garlenian invasion force in Eurasia, which is weird. You would think there'd be more of a purist group. You see, when the Empire subjugated new territory, it assimilated the people of that land into its armed forces. In turn, these conscripted forces are sent to subjugate faraway lands. This way, Garlemald snip rebellions in the bud and expand its territory in one fell swoop. With that, my part of your mission is done, and I am full glad to have been an assistance to your cause. Why would I, a wealthy merchant, wish to help you? I know not where you heard such a tale, but believe me when I say that I am but another humble adventurer. One who desires only to act in the best interest of the realm. Okay, actually, you are the only people that have messages for me. Okay. Glamut has finally devised a plan to appropriate a suit of Magitech armor. Good work making them Imperial duds. Good work getting them Imperial duds. You'd be pleased to hear I ain't been idle myself. It took me long enough, but I finally hatched a plan to get us a suit of Magitech armor. Now, from what I've seen, Castrum Sentry deploys a Reaper for most of his patrols. Trouble is, the patrols themselves are irregular, meaning random routes and random deployments, and hardly any of them come anywhere near Reverend's Toll. So, hoping to coax the Imperials out of their shells, I took the liberty of feeding them a bit of old false intelligence. Told them insurgents had designs on their strongholds. And that's what we heard last time. We were like, oh, word about insurgents are nearby. I thought they just found out that we were nearby, but no, he's sending out information like, oh yeah, and that information we are going to prove to be false. So they're going to be like, okay, turn on alert level from 3 to 2, and then we'll go back to having an easier time. Tamed far from the truth, now I come to think of it. Any road, we should start seeing more patrols than we have up to now. What you need to do is approach one of these patrols, dressed up in your shining tin suit, and alert them to the enemy's presence. What you need to do is approach one of these patrols, dressed up in your shiny tin suit, and alert them to the enemy's presence. Having done that, you'll want to lure them as near to Rivental as you can. Like as not, though, they are wary of venturing far from their own walls. And they do need a bit of extra encouragement. Use the smoke signal here. Flitch fresh from an Imperial scout. I wasn't really looking down the reel. I'm like, what's your plan? They'll come running when they see that, and when the cavalry arrives, you'll hit them hard and make off with their Reaper. Simple as that. If I ain't mistaken, there's a patrol sweeping the perimeter right now, so run along. Oh, and don't forget to salute. I have to wear that crap. I wonder if I really have to wear that crap. The boots are all wrong, screw yourself. I probably didn't even have to put these on. Hey, Imperial lad, where'd you get that bike? None of your business. Who's your quartermaster? Your mom. Your mom, sir. sorry. Memories. I try to avoid faith because there's a part of me that's like, if I bump into one, I just might very well just like go like, oh, I can just do that real quick. Well, they're not gonna bother me anyway. I realize that now. Well, oh, now my boots are all wet. There's been water in my boots. I wanna fight it. Nope, guys, stay focused. Alright, greet the Imperial Sentry I'm within. I don't know what he says if I don't. I'm gonna patrol you. When next you see your commanding officer, tell him that he leads a sloppy unit. If any of my lot forgot to salute a superior officer, they'll be on their arse faster than you can say latrine duty. Yes. I think yes. Wait, hold on. Carry on, soldier. Insurgents gathering to the east, you say. Judging by your description, they are well beyond the perimeter, but I will not have it said that I was remiss. You, return to the scene and keep an eye on these insurgents. Should Akko arrive, use your smoke signal to call us. I'm gonna fight this thing. And my defense is gonna be horrendous. Be careful. Move out the way. I'm doing a lot of wrong things. Hold on. I'm gonna make it go a little bit faster. Alright, little thing, you are definitely killing the vibe right now. And you will only take a second. Oh, it hit me. Please, for the love of God, do not kill me. That was my fault. Also, the fact that I was not wearing my actual armor and gear, that was also my fault. All across the board, it was my fault. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change to my proper gear. I'm going to teleport to the place where I need to go to. And then I'm going to take my bike and go to where I need to go to finish that mission and then call it a day. So I have about, maybe, let's give or take about 5 minutes. We will not. I'm about to say, like, you weren't doing that. Sensitivity in certain places, like, there you go. I'm so mad. That's how I died. So mad. I am not okay with that. That kind of peeved me off. I kind of want to go back and tell that monster what's what. Wait, can I go back and tell that monster what's what? Nope, that is done. Cyber dude. Okay, let's get out of here. Well then, that's a nifty little doohickey. I'm not a fan of failing fates. Or anything else for that matter. Fool me twice. Alright, let's get this puppet going. Hey Sid. I hope you don't mind me joining, seeing as we're seizing advanced weaponry. I thought it'd be best to be on hand. Ah, there she is. This is the place, but where is the enemy? Oh, sir, over there. So, send in the Reaper. Let us make an example of these insurgents. I wonder if someone gets in the Reaper. Doesn't matter. Taking you all down. I lost to a fucking plant earlier. I am definitely getting redemption right now. That easily beating an engineer. I'm sure it is. Did you heal yourself, you son of a bitch? You know what? I'm gonna take down your Reaper first, and then you all gonna regret existing. Is there a reason I can't select Reaper? There you go. Hey, you. Stabby, stabby. And you, go to sleep. At last, our very own suit of Magitech armor. Not wishing to give Jacobo in the beak, but it does seem rather the worse for wear, doesn't it? Biggs, Wedge, what's your honest assessment? Well, there's the fact that she's smoking, of course, but looking past that, I'd say that she's structurally sound. I don't like the way these legs are buckled. I hate to say this, but the servo mechanics may be damaged. Yeah, but these aren't those things protected by image-thick armor plates. They are, yes. It's odd. The casing doesn't seem to have taken a blow. I suspect they were dealing with a faulty part. But whatever it is we're dealing with, we're not resting until it's fixed. Not 1 week of sleep. You got that, Wedge? I heard that. A hall has been set aside for our use in reverent tolls. That's where we're carrying out the repairs. Look to us there, Sirius. Right. Nifty. Okay, let me report to Sid, collect my points for this mission, and then I will wipe my hand of this stream for today, and I will see you guys the following day. Apparently I don't know what I'm doing, or where I'm going. Let's try that again. Walking for the birds. brand new mission, isn't it? I don't want to be that guy, but you said report to Sid. And not to be that kind of person, but you don't look like a tall white dude. Magitech, Sid and the others took it inside. Go in and join them. Sure. Hey, Wedge. What do you think, Sirius? She's a beauty, isn't she? Can't say no. Ever seen an Ironworks engineer at work? Well, you're in for a treat then. Stand back and enjoy the show. We have now had time to take a closer look at the Reaper. Our preliminary diagnosis was correct. She's strictly sound, but her servo mechanics is faulty. You needn't worry though. Biggs and Wedge will see her restored to her former glory in no time at all. Give these two something to mend, and they will think of naught else till the job is done. 'Tis a marvelous thing to behold, provided you remind them to, visit the private privy. So he's saying that, they do a good job, so good that sometimes they forget to use the bathroom. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm here. I've gotten to the point where I wanted to kind of be, except that they're not selling stuff yet. I heard that I've heard about Ironworks being a vendor, and I'm very excited to have that open so I can get shit. So with that being said, thank you guys very much for coming to watch. We got the gear, we got the Magitech Reaper. We're literally steps away from being able to infiltrate the Empire stronghold and rescue our friends and colleagues. Very interested to see how that turns out tomorrow. I think I'm done. I think that's all that needs to be said. So with that being said, I'll see you guys next stream. Later.